Lord has called, and I will go where He leads me. I will follow, the same in sorrow as in joy. With one heart I follow my Lord, for none on earth can turn me back, not even death can stop me, for none on earth can turn me back, not even death can stop me. To barren valleys piled with bones, I will take the living message. To Sodom's foul and wretched streets, I will bear the word with love. I bind my heart, my life to yours, that it may be an offering. I bind my heart, my life to yours, that it may be an offering. To you belongs our full acclaim, all glory, power, and honor. The world's contempt I do not fear. I will gladly bear the cross, without esteem, without renown. I only wish to follow, without esteem, without renown. I only wish to follow.
All right. And our last song before the sermon is Nothing Without You.
And take these hands and lift them up, for I have not the strength to praise you near enough. For I have nothing without you. And take my voice and pour it out. Let it sing the songs of mercy I have found. For I have nothing without you. And all my soul needs is all your love to cover me, so all the world will see that I have nothing without you. And take my body and build it up. May it be broken as an offering of love. For I have nothing without you. And all my soul needs is all your love to cover me, so all the world will see that I have nothing without you. And take my time here on this earth. let it glorify all that you are worth. But I have nothing, I have nothing without you. And all my soul needs is all your love to cover me, so all the world will see that I have nothing without you. And all my soul needs is all your love to cover me, so all the world will see that I have nothing without you. See, I have nothing without you.
Welcome up Pastor Eric Silty.
Good morning again, and to everyone again, a happy day of all true things, the holy day that we're celebrating this morning. As we read Father's words this morning, you know, we came to realize once again that a lot of things happened that weren't intended by the fall. By the fall, Adam and Eve, the original ancestors, they betrayed true love, and they lost their bearings in our world. They lost the family. They lost everything, all things, God's love. And, you know, if you think about the meaning of all things, I mean, everything that's around us, it became different because it wasn't able to fulfill its purpose. So take, for example, you know, as I was thinking about my message on this day, as I sometimes do if I'm here, when I'm making the message, I use this little room here. And I washed off the table very, very well. I washed the table before I brought the Chun Sung Gyung books in. And, you know, fresh piece of paper and pen, and I started to write. And thinking about all things, I thought how happy the table is that it was cleaned. You know, and happy, the Chun Sung books are happy because they go onto a clean table. The pen and the paper are happy because they're being used for a sermon. Do you see what I mean when I say all things need to be restored? We do holy things, natural things, and we're using things the way they were meant to be used. How many here have a hobby? Some people don't? No, don't be shy. If you have a hobby, so raise your hand. I won't ask you what it is, okay? Okay, maybe. I know there's some people still shy here. About half maybe have a hobby. I didn't think about it so much before. You know, my kids came home one day with some fish from school, tiny little fish. You know, I got a little small, really small little tank for them. And they were happy. They were fine. And the fish grew, and they grew, and I got a bigger tank, and I got a third tank, a fourth tank. The fourth tank is now not really that big, but I mean, I don't want to go any bigger because when I move, I have to carry it. But my 3 fish are now maybe a dozen years old or more, I don't know. They're getting big, you know. I told the rest of my family, if there's ever an emergency, we have one meal. But they got so upset that I would even think that way. But my fish are Solomon, Zeke, and Percy. And, you know, if something happens, you know, like once in a while the motor stops, you know, it needs cleaning. The motor for the filter, the little waterfall. Or once in a while, you know, you pick up the container of food and you're going to feed them, but there's no food. It becomes a little emergency, you know. Quickly, you know, run to the store, get what you need, and take care of these fish. So I really realized through this that what we take care of, we really begin to love. I really love my little fish. I trained them, you know. When they were small, they were so scared of everything. It's any movement, they'd dive and get behind a rock and, you know, hide there. Well, I trained them so that when they saw my ring, I'd kind of move it so that they'd see the light, and then I'd feed them. You know, every day I would do that and train them so that, you know, I could like you'd call your dog, you know. And they come, you know, because they know it's time to eat or something. You have something good for them. So my fish would I'd notice they'd start, you know, looking and... Anyway, I have so much fun. They're kind of a hobby. That's one hobby. I have another hobby where I just have little trees. I like little trees because you can cut them and keep them small, and when it's time to move, you can carry them, you know, in little pots. Hobbies are so wonderful. Father was talking to us about, I wanted to say hobby world, but I don't know if he called it that, but hobby culture. That we, you know, through hobbies, we get much closer to the creation. Usually a hobby has to do with something, right? That's an item. Maybe stamps or money, coins, you know, they're not so close maybe to creation as natural things, but hobbies are really wonderful. You get the opportunity to really invest yourself. And Father said this is a lot like the time when God was creating, because there was excitement. God's creating something. And for God, it was extremely exciting to create each thing. He had a purpose. He had a design. He was investing in it. It wasn't random stuff, you know. So me too, like when I move the rocks in my aquarium, when I'm cleaning it, I have a purpose where I'm putting it in a certain place, you know. I'm thinking about the fish and what they would like. Where I put the plant. Am I going too far in this? Sorry. I'm just trying to... Yeah. So I want them to be happy fish. I want them to feel God's love, you know, through me. I never want to do anything to my fish that would scare them or hurt them or, you know, do anything to disturb them, in a sense, from their comfortable, happy life. So going back to what we read the quotation in the Bible from Paul, that the creation is waiting with eager longing for the sons and daughters of God to reveal themselves. That is, for people like you and me to become incarnations of the Word. Incarnations means, you know, we're filled with God's love, with God's light, and what we touch is holy because we are holy. That makes sense, right? If we're holy, whatever we do is holy. So the creation is waiting to see these kinds of people. They long for these kinds of people to enter their life, to be with them. That's the purpose of creation, to feel God's love through people. So, you know, in the Catholic Church has what they call relics. Relics that are holy. Might have been something that was associated with a saint who did something really holy. In some cases, they have relics that are associated with Jesus. You know, they're most of the time people kind of know it probably really wasn't, maybe, you know, with Jesus. I mean, the nail that's in some old church, it probably wasn't from the cross. The wood that they have in some church probably wasn't from the cross. But even right now, there's big debate about the Shroud of Turin. Have you seen anything about that? The Shroud of Turin? It was supposed to have been the burial cloth that was laid over Jesus when he was put in the tomb. And because of some kind of light emitting from him, it left an impression on the cloth. So it's in Italy. I believe that's why it's called the Shroud of Turin, because it's in Turin, Italy. And it's taken out once in a while, you know. And they take photographs of it, which they do something with it so that looking at the cloth as it's a negative, they put it the other way, and you can see kind of something of the face of Jesus, the length of his body, all that. Why is this so important to people? Why are these relics so valuable, so important? It's because they were closest to the love of God. And those things that were closest to Jesus become the most important relics. And, you know, if there's still a place where Jesus walked, and they know for sure that's where he walked, did anybody go to Jerusalem for the Mepi, the peace? Yeah, a few people are saying yes. I haven't, but you know, isn't the tour all about, you know, seeing the places where Jesus went, where he spoke, where he traveled, the Jordan River where he baptized, the various places as close to it's possible. They want to take you to the places where Jesus went, or some other saint, because it was close to the love of God. So everything wants to be around a true man and a true woman and a true family. That's my conclusion today. All creation wants to be involved. It wants to be as close as possible. Father, when he talks about fishing, I don't remember if what Jane read this morning actually said that. I remember Father said he released the first fish as an offering every time, no matter how big it might have been. He released it when he would go fishing. But another side to his fishing is that Father was saying that he'd always catch more fish than other people who went, because the focus of his heart, his intensity, is he was actually talking to the fish and telling them that he wanted them to be able to fulfill their purpose, to be as close as possible to the love of God. So Father felt that the fish would be more, actually, in reality, more attracted to his hook, line, sinker, etc., than others, because of that focus, that intensity, that communication, that heart, and that experience that he had throughout his life of trying his utmost to be the person he was meant to be. The creation is attracted to that. I know back in the day, I was never an MFTer, but I did sometimes go to the MFT teams for short times of fundraising. And there was a lot of talk on the fundraising teams about how money would represent all things in the creation. And if you conducted yourself correctly, what I would kind of recall is that they would say that the money would want to come to you if you conducted yourself correctly. So even there's many stories about that, how people would testify that they didn't really know how things happened like they did, but the money came because it's representative of creation. It wants to be used by God. That money would rather be in the pocket of a fundraiser doing God's work than in the pocket of somebody who was going to go to the casino, right? It would. So, getting back to hobbies and the excitement, maybe some of you don't think, maybe you're thinking about hobbies in a certain way, but I see hobbies also as things that are very active. Some of you like to ride bikes. I would call that a hobby. And you probably take care of your bike very well and make sure that it's ready to take you on that 65-mile trip that you're going to undertake. I know one time I was trying to ride my bike and I stood with all my weight on the pedal because I wanted to accelerate. You know how you do that? You stand up on the pedals and you put all your weight and the pedal broke off. I was lucky I wasn't going fast. I had just kind of started out, so I just went down. I don't know how I escaped injury, but I just rolled and it was okay. But bird watching, you can be fishing on the ocean as a hobby, hiking, mountain climbing. There's even guys that put on these suits now, right? That they jump off the top of the mountain in a kind of a suit that looks like a flying squirrel. And then they start coasting through the air. And they've got somebody behind them doing the same thing with the camera, and you can't believe kind of what you're seeing on YouTube. And did you see that guy who took his little dog with him and put the goggles on the dog and they leaped together? It's incredible. But through these things, we get the excitement of the creation, the joy of participating in it, experiencing its beauty, our own creativity, through making changes to our bike or through that flying squirrel uniform or outfit that they wear, or whatever it might be, a different reel on your fishing pole. We get excitement because we're involved, we're investing, we're thinking, we're trying to do something. So what we're trying to do is to become true people, become incarnations of the Word, and let everything around us feel God's love through us. And we fulfill our purpose. We love one another, we love all things, and we love God. And God's happy. So on this day of all true things, I invite you to celebrate very heartily today. Enjoy the beautiful grounds around the church. Many brothers and sisters were working all week, doing things here to make it beautiful for you, cleaning the chapel, preparing the offering table, and songs and wonderful things. Good food, too. So God bless you. Have a great day. Have a very happy day of all true things. Let's pray. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you so much for giving us this life.
The band's going to get situated. Wow, a lot of fun events coming up. Father's Day picnic. All right. You guys ready? Okay.
I'm pressing on the upward way. New heights I'm gaining every day. Still praying as I'm onward bound. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land. A higher plane than I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. My heart has no desire to stay where doubts arise and fears dismay. Though some may dwell where needs abound, my prayer, my aim is higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane that I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. I want to live above the world, though Satan's darts at me are hurled. For faith has caught the joyful sound, the song of saints on higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane that I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. I want to scale the utmost high and catch a gleam of glory bright. But still I'll pray till heaven I found. Lord, lead me on to higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane that I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
All right, may God be with everybody throughout the week. And the church says, Adieu.